We're about to get started to check out this update, and we're not going to be streaming because I'm playing a different game. I'm playing other games, and I re-downloaded this. I got shiny pants. As y'all can see, it's shining. So we gonna wear our shining pants with our Cleveland Cavaliers jersey, or it looks almost like it wants to be that way, at least based on the design. But we're gonna just go ahead and get into this update, and it looks like they've been watching because they put patch notes. Patch notes actually appear on the beginning of the screen. We're gonna just change our eye color. It looks like, I changed the hair. It looks like it's black. I wonder if it's gonna say the eye color as well that I already tried to change when this remaster. This is not a remaster. Came out, and this needs to be reverted. Revert the update. Start over. Let's scrap the update and let's go back to what we were from before then until they fix it. But I'm going to say more things once I dive into this update. We're going to try to test it. We're going to try not to crash in this video. Otherwise, we'll just have to start all over again. And then once I'm done with this, I'm playing multiverses. I'm playing a lot of other games. I'm going back to these other games, and then I'll probably just put this back into the library. Sorry. So I re-downloaded this just to check out this update. And it's funny because they've been so quiet, and this is all they got done. And this all should have been done in all part of this brand new update. So we're gonna say that we'll get into that after we try to test everything out based on what they did. So we're in the wardrobe right now. I don't have any presets. I never really did because all I do is change the outfits when I want to wear something different, or just change it up a little bit with the colors and whatnot. But I'm not really bothered with preset, but all you gotta do is just change your outfit and you can match from there. That's a minor to me. That's not really important. Which the important thing should be able to customize the character and fix the colors how you want to, from hair color and more. So as you can see, outside of when I'm not in the wardrobe, it looks black. I have black hair. But let's see what happens when I come out of the wardrobe. But before I do that, let's try changing his eyes real quick. Can I? Let's see. Here's hair, her face. See, let's get close to it. See how it's black? As y'all can see, it's black hair. Let's see if it's actually going to save. Because what you look like in the wardrobe and what you, from the color variations and the colors when you come out of the wardrobe, is going to be totally different when you start to exit the wardrobe. It says I have white eyes. It doesn't look white. It doesn't. It looks like it's blue eyes. Let's change the color to the proper color. I have brown eyes. Let's do this one. I have brown eyes. Black hair, brown eyes. Let's get out of that. We wanted to start in the wardrobe. We don't want to stay in here for too long because it's going to get ready to crash. Save changes. Press the X. It says press the X button to save. We're going to get out of the wardrobe. We're going to try to make it into a public space so we can try to bring out the Locomotions. Look how shiny the pants are. Look how shiny the pants are. See what I'm talking about? The pants in this looks completely different when you come out of the wardrobe. Let's see. Does it look black? The hair colors, look, the hair color got fixed. Wait a minute, but the eye colors didn't say. The eye color needs to be fixed. But guess what? That wasn't even part of the patch notes. But you would think when you're making a remaster, it's supposed to be functional, but it's not. Just taking a look at the character. Didn't y'all see? Y'all saw me make the change? I changed his eyes to brown. It did not save. So that tells me it needs to be fixed. That needs to be addressed. So that's it for the wardrobe. I'm not going back in there. As you can see from our status, we need PlayStation Home. We need it brought by Sony. Big difference what I'm about to get ready to say. Big difference. We need the PlayStation Home to be returned and brought back for this new generation of gaming. There's no better time to bring it out now, and you can basically shut down and conquer most of those social games. No, not saying it's a competition, but PlayStation Home, it's nothing like it. People play these other games because they play PlayStation Home. because that's the roots and the source of these social games coming out and being brought out. But since they renewed the trademark, what are they gonna do with it? We don't know. We don't need to be in empty servers and old consoles where it's not even legitimate. We want the real PlayStation home that's brought by Sony with all new content and all the characters and new IPs that they have. They can bring back some amazing. They can actually add a lot of good spaces to really be able to make the game shine and stand out. It's going to be a lot different. But as you can see, the wardrobe still needs to be fixed. Right now, let me see. Can I move? I'm not sliding yet. See, it's starting to do it a little bit. But once I get to a public space, it'll definitely do it. But let's take a look. Is it the right color? Y'all can see inside his face. Yeah, there you go. Let's keep it right there. So his teeth is white. You don't have a toothbrush. See what I'm saying? So the hair color is fixed. Hair color is officially fixed. I can definitely confirm it for my video. Hair color is fixed for this brand new update, but eye color needs to be fixed. It is not fixed. So that's slight progress. That's slight progress. Slight work. So next, we're gonna try to get into let's see. I got an idea. They said the Nebula, they got Locomotions, hair color, the Nebula is available, and then preset bug fix, but I just addressed that. The Nebula, this wasn't here. Let's see if it's on the shop. That's the open house. We're gonna go to the open house, see if we can get there. And if we get trapped, I'll just be talking there. Because I'm not reloading the game. Let's see. Can I see them? It's Locomotions. I thought Nebula was a locomotion. It's crazy. Where is it? Nebu House. That's Kami House from Dragon Ball Z. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So the Nebula is back on here, but it still has an hourglass. So they need to be on the shop making adjustments. 13K? I don't think so. Doesn't even have the previews. That's what I'm saying. It just shows how incomplete the game is. But let's go to let's see if we can make it there at least. Oh, this is personal spaces. See how this stuff needs to be leveled? Let's go here. Can we make it here? And I can try out the locomotions there if they work. And then I'll basically be done with this update. Because there's no activity. No new content. Just fixes. Okay, I made it here in a matter of seconds being on PlayStation. So people are here now. Who's here? Manuela and Witsum? Yeah, Witsum and Manuela. So they're hanging out. We're the only 3 people here. So let's try to bring out the locomotions. It looks like the locomotions tab is officially back. Let's see. She wilding out. Let's see if we can bring out our locomotions, because I think this is the safest place to test it. All things considered, my locomotions are all there. So let's say it again before we click on anything. The locomotions are back. Let's see if we can click on them and actually use them. Whoa, they're actually broken. Check this out. Check this out. Here, let's go here. Let's open this up. Let's move this out of the chat. We don't want that. Family friendly. You can't say that. It's frozen. It's frozen. There you go. Look, it's actually broken. So we don't want to just chime into what they're talking about. So we don't want that in our channel. Look at this. This is ridiculous. I have a white bike that's completely gone. All the colors are not rendered. All the colors are gone. Locomotions needs to be fixed. That's just the beginning. How about my reindeer? Reindeer is normal. Let's go through this. The heart bites, that's normal. Let's go through some of these. The chopper, yeah, they need to be fixed. Look, I'm stuck. Look, and he's shaking. He's shaking. Alright, spiders. So that's normal. The light bites the light bites need to be fixed. Oh my god. Let's do it again. See? It's not all the way complete. Locomotions are available but not really complete. They're not. The umbrella looks a little different. How about the llama? Fortnite llama. Rocket. Everything else looks normal. No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. See, this is the best place to try out the things that you want. So it looks like that's it. I'm gonna try to get out of here though. Yeah, this just showing this again is messed up. If you have a light bite, if you own a light bite from your locomotions, it needs to be fixed. I'm not sure if that's just here, but that's what I'm saying. It's definitely got to be at the other public spaces, so I'm not risking going to other public spaces running around. So everything else is fixed, it seems. But I don't know what other locomotions you guys have, but it just shows that it needs some slight adjustments. But let's get up out of here. I'm gonna go back to one of my personal spaces. So I guess I'm going to the Dragon Ball Z Nebula House. So that's basically the update. We got our locomotions back, but they still need to make. They're not all the way fixed and functional at least. But hey, the tab is there. You got everything. We get to keep them all. But I want to just talk about this game and just really start getting into it now for a few minutes. And the one thing I want to say, I'm just glad I got to check it out. Definitely recommend going to the I was gonna say the Nebu house, but the Kame house. I definitely recommend going to that particular open house if you want to check out your locomotions to see if everything is there. But I didn't even expect that. Let's open. Can I do it here? Yeah, it's everywhere. So it's not complete. This is the sign. I'm gonna keep this bike up and everything I want to say. It's like this is being rushed. They not testing. This is not being tested. You bring back locomotions, but it's not. Maybe this is the only locomotion that's not really finished all the way. But it just shows that they put in the light bikes, but they forgot to put the color. They forgot to add the color in. And I'm gonna keep this on the screen so people can see that this is absolutely just an unfinished product. And this is what they released. This is what they brought out. Let's keep it on the screen for a few more seconds. It's like this is what they brought out. This is something that's not supposed to be out yet unless you have everything all put together. It's not a remaster. This is not a remake. It doesn't matter what the original plan was. Or we decided to fall back on it. You didn't even put everything and implement everything correctly like what you did. It's like you forgot how to program what you put into the game, but you made it worse. And you see those lines up there? I didn't even see that. I didn't even notice that. Those are the boundaries of the space. But this is what I want to say. It's ridiculous to have something just get so much hype for over a year and some change, only for you to just not follow through. And then all the things that they said that they were going to bring back, let's take this off. Like the pinball machines is still missing. Everything I was talking about. The pinball machines are missing from the bowling alley. There's missing features for the female avatars. They don't have the new walk, run, and animations like we do. Like I'm demonstrating right now. They don't have their own animations. How do you come out with an update that's not even really complete? You messed up so badly where not even everything's there. Not everything is in the game that was from the old version. And just like I was saying, I recommend them to revert this update until you have everything that you had from the other game inside of this game in the first place. It's a mess. Let's open up the public spaces right now. Let's count. So after all this time, your focus was a personal space. See what I'm talking about? This is exactly what I was talking about on the live stream. The personal space is the focus. You didn't even bring back none of the public spaces that's missing. Let's take a look at the screen right now. You have the Nexus, the bowling alley, the dome, the beach, cube, and the leaf park. What's missing? Let's check it out. Let's think about it for a second. Let's close it because it's gonna freeze or potentially crash. You're missing the Stone Lake Castle. You're missing the steampunk space. You're missing Zero District. That's 3 spaces. And then what else? There's got to be something else. The Ghost Town, that shouldn't even be in the game because you basically removed the mini game from the Halloween that you always bring back every year, and you bring back the witch's soup. which is basically the original name. It was called the Witch's Suit, but now it's called the Collector. It got renamed to the Collector. But I've been playing this game for quite some time to know the original name of the mini game in the first place. Something else I want to test. I'm almost tempting to test. Well, tempted to try to find out. I think I want to try to make a daring trip to the Leaf Park right quick, which I'm actually going to try to do right now and see if I can get there successfully without crashing, to really see if they maybe slyly probably fix that mini game there. And speaking of the mini games are not even really complete and they're buggy. So I don't know, it might freeze or crash. But those are just the many issues. There's an abundance of issues. There's tons of problems that needs to be addressed in this game. And there's no one here. Let's open it up here. This is a real public space. But then, just look at this. The coffee machines, you can't even buy coffee. Look, the option's not even there. Remember how you could buy coffee in the older version that was glitchy and laggy? But this one is even worse. This is much worse than it has ever been in the history of its presence of being out. There's nobody here, but I wanted to come here and see what was going on. Go-kart needs to be fixed, and the reason why I picked this specific area is because I wanted to see what else they probably did behind the scenes. Any under the hood fixes? No. Area under construction. There's still a lot of things that needs to be addressed and needs to be fixed. That's what I was talking about. This is not a complete game. They need to just take this down and stop trying to come out with these minimum updates and just these updates. Look at Deadpan. This is not even incomplete. This is not even complete at all. She's trying to play the Memorion game. So that tells me, since the go-kart racing is not working properly, the Memorion game probably doesn't work. Considering. Let's see. Can it play? Now it plays. They did this, but they didn't even tell nobody. How is this not in the patch notes? It's so loud. So loud. I'm gonna just hit the square button. I wanna play this game. So it looks like this got fixed, but why didn't they tell us? That's the see the lack of communication. And I'm gonna say this too. It's just like things like I'm just gonna go as far. I know it's the videos. I'm gonna keep the video. Just keep rolling here. So one thing I'm gonna say, it's the one thing I'm not liking about their posts is like they're not even gonna they're not sharing both social media platforms. They're not sharing the same updates. You tell your Twitter fans and your Twitter followers that you have an update. Let's head over to the Facebook from my mobile app right now to see if they actually told the Facebook community or their Facebook followers what's actually happening in regards to this update. Let's click on it right now. Let's see. Let's click on the post. In a matter of seconds. No. Let's refresh it before I get ready to address. Twitter just only got only Twitter knows about this update. And you guys that's on Facebook that probably follow the game, the last post from Facebook was from June 22nd. Nebula Realms Remaster is now live on Steam. You can download it for free. You see what I'm saying? You didn't even tell us that the remake. It's just ridiculous. Y'all didn't even tell y'all community about the remaster from Facebook. Nebula Realms Remaster is now live. I'm reading it again. The last public post from Nebula Realms on their Facebook was from June 22nd. Y'all didn't even tell the Facebook community about the remaster. So it's like a necessity to be able to follow them on Twitter to stay up to date of what they're actually doing. She just left. She know nothing's going on. And they didn't, and just on top of that, they didn't even tell y'all about the update. So that's why I'm just keeping everybody in the light, as best as I can. So every time they come out with a post, I got their Twitter notifications and Facebook notifications on just in case. But people won't really know that this update really exists if you only follow their Facebook. How do you know that Memorion was working? How did that get fixed? This wasn't even functional when I was live streaming this game. Go-kart needs to be fixed. So it seems like just as a little prediction, and if I'm spot on, it seems like they're doing bits and pieces of fixes for the game. But this game needs to be reverted. It needs to revert. Their update needs to be reverted. Revert the update and be able to start from the beginning or basically fix things until everything is all into the game, from public spaces to mini games and more. It's just a mess right now. So just like I said before, I'm not coming back to this game until it continues to, as each update comes out, I'll cover it and test it out. But I did everything I wanted to do. You cannot buy any coffee. The foot race is also missing, which is supposed to be right here. I know the ins and outs of these spaces. So they took out certain things, they have things to fix. So it's just not, you come out with a remaster, you might as well just change the name. Stop calling it a remaster. It's not a remake. Nebula Realms remaster. And who's there to say if any of these same problems exist on Steam if you play this game on PC? The only thing that really got fixed, which is a positive, is the hair color. But everything else needs to be addressed. And then the Locomotions, at least that's decent. But they still, as you can see, evidently, just one more time, the light cycles or the light bytes are not even really are missing their color. It's like they added them into the files or into the program to be usable, but they don't look identical. We're riding ghost bikes. I mean, it looks cool almost, just to give it a chance. But just like it's not, it's missing colors. They have colors. Y'all gotta make sure y'all put everything in so it functions well. But it's just a mess right now. So that's why I'm just sick of just playing. I'm not even just gonna be on the stream. I'm about to play other games. I just wanted to come out with the video first so people are aware that this update exists and just test it out so I can showcase it and just give my reactions. But other than that, I'm probably just gonna delete it again and then just basically wait for the next update. But they have a lot to do to fix the game. It's a mess and it's a trashy remake. Now, I'm not trying to be mean. It's a trashy remake. You made trash and you were supposed to do better, but you did not really get better. You got worse. So now you're just stuck, just making things and re-adding things and trying to fix stuff over and over. When the core of this update and the core of this remaster, before we got anything new, with the new Leaf Park teaser, the outdoor bowling alley, the core of this remake was for all, it was for stability, for fixes, to make sure the game is running properly. But seeing from the patch notes, just opening it up again, just reading through it, all you did was Locomotions, you brought them back. All that stuff should have been in the game in the first place for this remaster to be fixed and running well with all this time that has passed. And then you got hair color, and then you brought in the Nebula in space. That's what you brought in. You brought back. You brought the open house and then the Nebula in space to make it available. But it's not even complete. So these little itty bitty changes, and you could have, out of all things, you could have brought back another public space to fix it. You choose a personal space. See what I was talking about? That's why I was saying it seems to be a main priority for these devs to keep focusing on personal spaces. You need to fix the game and get the public spaces out first. The personal spaces are not even really interesting outside of the Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake. That's the only thing that's really of interest from the personal spaces, I would say. But y'all need to fix the game and bring back the public spaces so people can get to where they want to go, and people that are new to the game can see what else you have to offer. Because this is it's a disappointment. It is. It really is. I'm just still shocked to see that this is just in you guys open a whole can of worms. Not even just a whole can. You have a whole tons of can of worms to fix and address. You got to dig yourself out of this massive hole that you put yourself in. And you're not even doing it right because you're not communicating. You're going ghost every post. You don't answer questions. You run away from criticism, and that's just not the way to do things. The social communication has gone down to wrap up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter all together. It used to be consistent posts. What's going on over there? Why don't you tell us what's happening with the game? What are you guys gonna work on next? See, we got the little patch notes of this brand new update. Tell us what your next move is. Communicate with your supporters, people that put money into the game. For those who did, we want to know. They want to know. Everybody deserves to know what's going on. Yeah, we playing y'all broken game for years and years and years on end, and y'all still not fixing everything to try to improve to evolve. You just continue to decline and go down the ladder and drop the ball. It's not a good look.